So I understand, again, people want to try to help me right now. They think that I'm at a place where, I'm not going to be able to come back, right? I appreciate the help. I mean, most of these people have not listened to any of these videos and seen anything, So, what I'm trying to tell them is that, okay, listen, I know you're trying to help. I love you for helping. Thank you so much for helping, right? Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Right? And at any other time, I'd say, yes, thank you. And if I needed help, I'd come to you, right? But right now, I don't need anybody's help. I don't need your help. I don't need. Well, the only help that I need is to, if you haven't listened to the videos, okay, if you don't listen to this one, say, okay, go into a room, sit down, okay. People used to come and sit and hear me play for 2 hours and enjoy it, right? I'm saying, I got maybe 2 hours worth of, recordings, maybe 2.5, maybe 3, I don't even know. But whatever it is, go into a room by yourself or bring somebody else that you think, would be able to hear this. Not just like listen, but to actually hear what it is, what the message is, right? Because I'm being blown away by the messages that I'm doing. And if it's coming through me and I'm being blown away, then maybe you do the same thing and maybe this will create the paradigm shift that we need. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I'm doing all this and I'm wasting my time for absolutely no reason other than like, there is nothing else to waste my time on, you see? Everything else out there, okay, is wrong. So why should I do everything else that's wrong when I can do the one thing that's right and hope for the best? Right? That's what I'm doing. So thank you for your help. Yeah, go sit in a room, right? Go sit in a room, okay? For whatever it takes. Shut off everything. Put the video in from when the last sound healing that I did, the last one, right? The last one that I did. I posted. I did, but I posted. Right? Go up one and then go up. I think it's one. Maybe I don't think I posted anything else, but go up from there, right? And start working your way up my videos from that point to like today, right? And then continue listening, right? Because that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm doing. That's what I've been doing, and I find it to be okay. My healing work, my sound healing work is great to heal, but this is something even more important. This is freedom. This is the way you understand how your freedom has been taken away, and this is the way how to remove it. How do I know? Because God's telling me. You don't believe me? Well, I'm sorry. That's the problem, right? We believe that 2,000 years ago, some guy talked to God. These places that steal your money and then have this work of art that make them immortal, right? Right? These priceless works of art, right? They speak to God directly, really? They have a direct connection? Direct connection. So I'm saying, go and listen to the videos from down to up. I listened to a few of them afterwards, and I was blown the fuck away that came through me. I don't know how this is coming through me. I have no idea what. I'm not planning this. This is not something that I've been planning for a month or 2 months to do, and then all of a sudden it's going to be done. See, when that happens, you're planning for something, and that's all of a sudden, all I want to do is get the shit out of me and then hope that this is the thing that's going to create it. It might not be. I might be wasting my time. But if it is, then at least my time on this planet was worth more than me sitting in a fucking office making these motherfuckers rich off of mine and everybody around me, all the poverty around me, right? Off of their sweat, their blood, and their lives stolen and taken away. So, thank you for helping me. Thank you for trying to help me. Thank you for giving me all messages, and I have not read not even one of them. And they don't matter, okay? Because what matters is the thing that I'm trying to get out what matters is what's right in front of you. And over and over and over and over, you just tell it to stop and go back to doing the thing that they want it to do. and they convince you that you have to do, and then you have to make sure that anybody that runs away, right, comes back and continues doing the thing because you think that's going to make them happy, right? Because that's what you believe, right? Because you believe you're happy, right? And you make yourself happy with all these things around you. But in reality, the reality of it, and I see it every day coming, doing sound here, every day the same fucking problem for everybody that walks in here. Everybody has the same problem. Same problem. They don't understand they're spiritual beings having a human experience. They don't understand they are spiritual beings having a human experience. And then someone has robbed them of their human experience. That higher self, that spiritual being has to ascend. Yet if you don't ascend, it doesn't ascend. And if you keep on doing the same thing over and over again, in this reality of whatever it is, then that will be what it is. Because again, wealth creates poverty. Right? Poverty is just sitting there going like, please, help me. Poverty doesn't want to be poverty. Right? Middle class kind of wants poverty to be poverty. If not, it would be poverty. And then up here, the wealth, right? They want to make sure that poverty stays poverty forever. Because if poverty isn't poverty, then wealth crumbles into nothing, right? Nothing. It'll be yelling at a bunch of trees to try to, to force it to go to work. It'll be yelling at the things around it that it can't control. Yet, its own brother and sister, right? It can control, right? It can control. It can control. It can control. Its own brother and sister, it can control, right? It can control. And it has, and it does. It's taken your power away and made you believe that you have to help me. Made you believe that get him back, hurry up. And if that doesn't work, we'll stick him in a place where we will inject him with enough of our drugs, right? Our farmers, right? Not plant our farmers to go wipe away all that craziness that he's getting from those tribal people and their connection with tribal life, right? Out the hell out of him, because what is it? Crazy? Those people were savages. We're the ones that are modern. And the term, it's always the term, modern day slavery, right? Modern day slavery, right? Modern day slavery. That's what we have, a modern day slavery. That's all it is. We're modern, and you think these savages, right? You think these savages, right? These savages that, oh boy, man, wow, they used to dance around fires and crazy, right? Those savages are your ancestors that you're denying, and then you're what? Crucifying. Because now they made you believe that your own ancestors are evil. Right? Your own ancestors are savages, right? Come join us and we'll see that with technology we'll bring you into the future, right? We don't need to be savages anymore, right? We don't need to be savages anymore. We can be modern now. Instead of old slavery, we have new modern day slavery. That's all it is. Oh man, you're back on that thing about being a slave planet. How can you be a slave planet? What do you mean you're a slave planet? How can you possibly, what do you mean by this is a slave planet? What do you mean by that, huh? What do you mean by that, huh? What do you mean by that, huh? No, you're just being negative, huh? You're just, come on. Take the medication. It'll stabilize your mood, right? And you won't be thinking any of this stuff anymore. And you'll realize that, wow, tomorrow you're going to wake up and you go like, wow, I can go to work, I can make some money. I could be happy buying the things that I need to buy and then going and shopping and then going back to work and then going to sleep and then going shopping and going back to work and I'm paying and I go back to work and shopping and going to sleep, back to work, shopping, going to sleep, back to work, shopping. And then all of a sudden you realize, boosh, 65 years of your life are gone, right? And then the working, you either have to still do, right? If you don't have enough. Then if you don't, then you can just go and finally live the free life of, now you can just have all this money before you die, and then you spend it all before you die, right? And you can have all this fun spending this money. So look forward to when you're 65, and then you'll have another, 10, 15 years, unless they don't kill you before. Right? You got to wonder why everything else, around us. Well, animals, but the lower animals, but trees and the moon, the sun, they're like eternal. Right? They never die, right? There's never a concept of them dying. Yet we, as a species, die, and then we go to heaven, or we reincarnate and come back, go and leave this place, or whatever. Right? What is killing us, right? What is the thing that is making us die, right? If everything else is eternal, maybe if we figured out, why they're eternal, instead of figuring out how they work, and then we can duplicate it and go to each star and to each planet, and if there's no people there, we'll just make another Earth. We'll make Earth 2 or 3 or 4, Earth 5 or 6 or 7 or 8, yay! And then we'll be the masters of the universe, yay! So thank you for trying to help me not think about these things and just go back, take some medication, go get myself some R&R and just relax. And you had some really crazy thoughts for a while. Now we're gonna we're stabilize it with the proper sediment, because all that chemical imbalance in the brain that those illegal drugs have done to your brain. Those things, okay, can be easily changed, and we'll get you right back into the proper, chemical balance in your brain that allows you to wake up, go to work, go out and shop, and go to the movies and see all these things that are happening, in the future that will never happen for you because they're always in the movies. Right? Always sci-fi, always fantasy that will never be. This is the reality. We have to survive, and life's tough, and you got to go out there and earn a living. If not, you'll be poor. You don't want to be poor because you want to be rich, right? So everybody be rich. So that's what they want me to stop thinking about. Why are you thinking? Hey man, you should. It's you're going a little crazy there. You sure it's not maybe maybe you should just calm down. Come over and just get away from there for a while. Come over and just kind of chill, and we'll talk a little bit about the stuff you used to talk about before, forgetting about everything that's happening out there and centering yourself right in the center and connecting to that spiritual. Yeah, I did all that. And you know what? When I connected to that spiritual being and I got away from all that shit, I realized all that shit is garbage. And you know what? That spiritual being's telling me, yo, dude, you do me a favor. Get these motherfuckers and get them ready, because this one and one, one-on-one, and one in 5, 1 in 6 things, this just ain't working, man. You ain't got enough time. If this was 200 years ago, it's fine. But now we're getting closer. So please go out there and stop and yell at them. Well, I know the sound healing, your sound works in different ways. The voice also carries, knowledge. And when you connect to the knowledge, then your voice is, if your voice is your throat chakra is not open, all that knowledge comes screaming out of you, right? And if you hold the knowledge too much inside of you, when it's downloading it, you'll basically blow up. Right? Not really, you won't. But you know what I mean? Why keep it in and you have all this when you can just, So thank you for helping me. Thank you, trying to get me out of this, crazy mode that I am. But I ask you 2 things. Number 1, don't get offended if I don't take your because I love you, I love everybody. The reason I do this is because I love everybody, really. It's not because I hate anybody. It's I love everybody, except for the 1,159 billionaires that are making you believe that they're worth more and they should be on the top of that pyramid because of something that they did. They took what Mother Earth and God gave you for free, took it and charged you back for it. And they made you work for them, making their life better and hoping that your life would be theirs once. How much time you got left? I only got 10, 15 years, 20 years, 30. I don't even know anymore. To reach them, I'm going to try to reach them. I'm trying to realize that there is no reason I need to reach them. Right? I go to Montana, right? Go to Montana if you don't like it here, and go in the woods, and you see that's it. Go run away, and hide, and we'll find you eventually. But go run away and hide, because you can't change The system, because the system is wrong, and the wrong controls the system, guess what? It'll do everything in its power. See, good, but wrong will actually corrupt, to the bone what it needs to corrupt to stay in power, right? So, and what is it going to use? If it can't use the whip, if it can't use your children to shoot you with, right? It's got nothing really to use, except for the thing that is enslaving humanity, the gift to humanity of the coin, the gift of the enslavement, the persecution, the belief that money is more valuable than human life. The minute that anybody tries to tell me that I shouldn't be thinking these thoughts, I'm thinking those people, and that injection they got, maybe that thing is the same thing that I got 8 years ago, and it's clouded my mind for 8 years. And now it took me 8 years, 8 fucking years, right, to get it back. So I don't blame them. I don't blame you guys. I love you guys. But you know what? Go sit in a room and listen to all the videos. If you don't hear them, if you don't hear it the first time, sit 2 times and 3 times. You got nothing else to do. Really, it's nothing more important. And then come back, because I'm not selling you these videos. I don't want your money. I don't want anything from you other than to understand what I'm doing here and maybe say, hey, maybe if we all did this, the whole 7 billion of us, guess what? That 1,159 billionaires wouldn't be on top anymore, and they wouldn't be controlling the destiny of you, me, as we ride this planet all the way down into hell, where it's waiting for us, right? Where our system is the same, right? It just blends right in, and then all of a sudden it's like, for an eternity, the same thing. Right? Feels like it's an eternity, right? That's what hell is. Eternity of the same thing that is just destroying you physically, killing you every day, killing you at the end of your life. You're like killing, and then wake up and go back and do the same thing. So thank you for your help, but thank you.